Academy of Art University's Urban Nights update is next. Coming up, with the election a week away, some compelling reasons to vote.
And the big business of doggy care. And we're not just talking food and vet bills.
How an education here at the Academy of Art gets you some big bonuses you might not expect.
Plus, you've heard of American Idol. Well, we have our own version called Academy Idol. And behind the scenes, look of that and more coming up on Urban Nights Update next. Hi, and thanks for joining us here at Academy of Art University's Urban Nights Update. Vanessa Salas is with me. I'm Preference Dominic. Hillary Clinton remains in the lead over Donald Trump. Clinton holds a 5-point national lead over Trump in the most recent poll conducted by CNN. She remains unfazed even after FBI Director James Comey announced the discovery of a new email source. Comey believes this new evidence may be a big factor in the investigation of Clinton's use of private email server throughout her time as Secretary of State. Voters are still questioning whether or not this is an important issue or if it is just a distraction in the campaign. According to the Washington Post, more than 6 to 10 voters say that the news regarding the FBI investigation of Clinton will not affect their vote. However, 3 in 10 say that it will make them less likely to support Clinton. This two-way race remains tight, but Clinton still holds 47% support among voters compared to Trump's 41%.
A man is being questioned by police after a teenage boy with Down syndrome was molested in a BART restroom. It happened Saturday night at the Pittsburgh Bay Point station. Police say a teenage boy was using the restroom while his mother waited for him outside. A man followed him into the facility where apparently the boy was sexually molested. The mother called the police for help when she found out what happened. No formal charges have been filed. The boy was taken to a Vallejo hospital for an exam.
The U.S. Supreme Court has decided to engage in a controversy involving the rights of transgenders in some high schools. The justices will take up the case called Gloucester County School Board v. Gavin Grimm. They will take in consideration an appeal of the county school board in Virginia challenging the federal appeal courts that gave a 17-year-old transgender boy the rights to use the restroom, according to his gender identity. This came after the U.S. Attorney General's mandate that students should have the right to use the restroom for the gender which they identify. As a result, many states and local governments rebelled and passed their own legislation to the contrary. A high school in Hillsboro, Ohio is sending out a nationwide apology for the actions displayed at their football game Friday night. Greenfield McAllen High School played the Hillsboro High School Indians and during the game held up a banner reading, "Hey Indians, get ready for a Trail of Tears Part 2. The school claimed ignorance of the reference to the forced relocation of Native Americans in the 19th century and has already begun writing apologies to Hillsboro's newspaper.
In the upcoming election, California voters will decide on allowing more multilingual education in public schools. If passed, Proposition 58 would undo a law passed 18 years ago. It requires students, including English learners, to receive instruction in English. But during the past 2 decades, educators say multilingual education has become a trend nationwide, with states like North Carolina, Oregon, and Texas all teaching in this style. However, opponents of the proposition claim it may discourage international students from learning English. Over the past 10 years in New Jersey, high schools have been getting rid of the class ranking system. Educators who favor dropping the system argue that in the best districts where the students are highly competitive, differences in grade point average and for numbers between 1 and number 20 or 25 students can be very small. But colleges might look unfavorably on that lower ranked student. Students say getting rid of the ranking system has lowered tension and stress. Instead of chasing numbers, they can focus on what they learn.
Oakland Unified School District announced that it will be giving $100 to kindergarten students to open a college fund. The kindergarten to college program allows parents to contribute whatever they can, beginning in kindergarten through the end of high school. If parents set aside $100 a month through the program for their entire schooling, it averages to $15,000 per student saved. San Francisco also has a similar program in which families received $50 or $100 depending on income. A different kind of teaching happens here at Academy of Art, where the instructors don't necessarily have distress, but plenty of real-life professional experience. As Beatrice Martinez found out, what teachers lack in the formal teaching credential, they more than compensate in networking and possible job opportunities for students.
Action.
You're probably thinking these students are acting in a high-end stage theater, but this is actually a classroom transformed into a small film set here at the Academy of Art University. Hollywood's underground lays here, where you can find the future of Hollywood at the School of Acting.
Sitcom. And this is a class act. It's the guys who did the Bob Newhart and Mary Tyler Moore show.
Mr. Campbell, film director, has been working at the Academy of Art for 6 years now and is not only dedicated to his job, but also to his students.
I live and work in Los Angeles as a screenwriter and a film director. And I fly up on Thursdays and Fridays to teach classes here part-time. And then I fly back. And I'm happy to say that I have a sort of an underground railroad, if you will, of students that will come and visit the film sets where I teach in LA, and that's kind of how I got the job. But basically, I'll direct a movie in Los Angeles, let's say, on Saturday through Wednesday, and the students will come to visit the set and observe the process. And some of them actually go on to get hired by our company. On a film I did like 2 or 3 films ago, my entire camera team was Academy of Art. My first assistant camera on A cam, first assistant camera on B camera. My DIT guy was Academy of Art, and the whole camera team was Academy of Art.
The graduate acting students here at Academy of Art University believe it's amazing to have an opportunity to be taught by Professor Doug Campbell.
I've been a student at Academy of Art University for 3.5 years. This is my first time having Doug Campbell as my film director, but it's not my first time working with Doug. I've been his directing assistant on a movie set that he had done in LA. It was just nice seeing him working in his environment. He was just on it. He knew what he had to do. He was, talking to the actors, talking to the crew. He just knew the direction that, immediately, since 6 a.m. on the jump to 6 p.m. It was crazy. No, his energy did not die. He just kept everybody's spirits up. It was just amazing. It makes me so prepared when I graduate because now I know exactly what to prepare for.
In San Francisco, I'm Beatrice Martinez for Urbanites Update.
If you're interested in learning more about our departments, just go to academyofart.edu.
An international study on birth control shots for men concluded that they are effective of contraception, but it appears the side effects are a problem. Users complained of nausea, dizziness, and feeling hormonal. The injection is almost effective as the pill is for women. It works by using hormones to drastically lower the sperm counts in males. During the study so far, 266 married men participated, and only 4 became fathers. Pharmaceutical companies are not throwing a lot of money towards the idea. The study sounds promising to many, but the gender gap is contraceptive. Use may not close anytime. Abortion is at the turning point. Women are ending pregnancies with medication almost as much as a surgical procedure. Medication used to induce abortion was first approved by the United States 16 years ago and was expected to take over the surgical option. However, abortion opponents persuade lawmakers to put restrictions on the medications. According to Planned Parenthood, 2.7 million women have used the abortion pill since it was approved in 2000. However, the abortion rate has dropped an all-time low of just 17 terminations for every 1,000 women. A large part of that may be due to limited accessibility to the surgical procedure because of the right to life efforts. The abortion pill is still expected to take over the surgical options because of the accessibility and cuts in medical visits. With more findings in the medical field, it seems e-cigarettes may help you lose weight when you're trying to stop smoking tobacco. Those who quit smoking often find themselves gaining weight due to a common rise in appetite. The lack of nicotine makes a common smoker more hungry than usual, forcing them to eat more and put on weight. E-cigarettes can offer a smoother transition to quitting. E-cigs get rid of the tobacco to keep the nicotine, potentially giving smokers who want to quit a smoother transition without any weight gain.
The millennial generation is expected to spend more money on their pets during the next few years. According to the Package Facts report, in 2014, millennial consumers are spending a total of $10.6 billion on their pets. However, consumers who are between the ages of 40 and 50 are spending less on their pets from their own pocket money. The study also found that Generation Y folks are less concerned about brand loyalty. They are much more likely to purchase raw pet food with formulation so that their pets can develop a healthy lifestyle.
Evidence of the money being spent on dogs is already seen in San Francisco, where there are 4 dog businesses in every square mile. Reporter Samantha Hing takes a look at the industry that's going to the dogs.
Dog owners can leverage their dogs with a lot of services these days. With the advancement of technology and businesses, people can do anything just a click on their smartphones. A day in doggy daycare can cost from $48 to $200 depending on what kind of services does their owners want their dog to have. It includes dog walking and dog grooming.
I have, for daycare, I'd say I have about 75 clients total. And of those clients, they have to come at least 2 days a week for daycare. So on an average day between our small dog daycare and our big dog daycare, we have 50 dogs a day. So in total, on an average week, we have 250 dogs coming through here, but that's in both spaces. Here we only have 30 dogs a day. In our small dog location and our big dog location, we only have 20. And then as part of the daycare, we take them out on walks. And so we do 4 to 5 dogs per person when we do our dog walk. So we also keep our groups pretty small. And they go out about 4 times a day.
The dog business has expanded so much throughout the year. Now, they have dog service smartphone app that will make your life easier. Here is Ryan to talk more about it.
While working for places like WAC and Dog Vacay, prices can range from $15 to $40 per night with sitters or dog walkers because they are all independent contractors.
When the first guests started coming over, I found out that I really liked it, and so I, increased my bookings to. I watch up to 2 additional dogs at a time. Right now, it was just 1 at a time. And then I live a pretty active lifestyle, so the dogs come over and I get walked 2 or 3 times a day. I go running with the dogs a couple times a week. There's a park down the street by my house that we run laps.
In San Francisco, I'm Samantha Hing reporting for the Academy of Art University Urbanites Updates.
According to the city's Animal Care and Control Department, there are an estimate of 12,000 dogs in San Francisco.
The carcass of a blue whale is lying near Thornton State Beach in Daly City. It washed up last week. A group of pathologists and scientists discovered it had a fractured skull and extensive contusions along its spine. They believe that the whale might have been hit by a ship. The impact was hard enough to shatter the back of its skull. Another dead blue whale was seen in the Bean Hollow State Beach region of San Mateo County 6 years ago. The female whale was carrying a fetus and had also died from the blunt force trauma after being hit by a ship. What looked like a lump on Sandy Beach in England is turning out to be the first known brain tissue fossil from a dinosaur. National Geographic is reporting the discovery was made in 2004 in Sussex. The fossil is 133 million years old and belongs to a relative of Iguodon and vegetarian dinosaur. Usually, fossilized brains reveal some scientific information, but in this case, scientists are excited that they may think specimen actually includes bits of brain tissue, which usually decays very quickly. The discovery was first announced just last week at a conference in Utah. Beatrice Martinez joins us with the latest sports scene at ArtU.
Just last week, Academy of Arts men and women's cross country headed to Hawaii to compete in the Pac West Conference meet. The women's team had 3 individuals finishing in the top 21, helping the team place 3rd overall. The men's team had 5 finishers in the top 21, earning 2nd place as a whole. However, grad student Joshua Thorson finished as the Pac West champion. Head coach Tori Olson is thrilled for what's to come next.
It's the best race our men have ever put together as a team in the 5 years I've been here, and I'm really excited for those guys going into the regional meet where I think they are ready to even move a step ahead of what they just did at the conference meet.
Before we got out there, we saw a brief video of what the course looked like. It looked like it had some rolling hills and maybe a little bit of mud, but the day before the race we went out there and previewed the course, and it was way worse than we were anticipating. Hilo is on the rainy side of Hawaii, and so it pretty much rains almost every single day there, and the course reflected that. I mean, I was expecting a muddy spot, maybe once a mile, once a kilometer or something like that, but it was literally the entire course. And so that was one thing. It was a little bit of a shock when we got out there to realize that, but it's not like we were the only ones running in it. Everybody runs through the same thing. So, we got into the race and we had really discussed a lot of practical ways to approach the mud, like things about holding your form and using your core and that kind of thing. And so I think that helped us have a strong performance, as we were able to, instead of freaking out about the mud, we had really concrete things that we could work on that made the race a little easier. And so, yeah, you saw a lot of the guys had really strong performances. We scored 47 points, which is honestly, it's a pretty low score, and a lot of meets that would be a winning score. So, for us to get second to Cal Baptist, I think everybody's still pretty happy because we ran a good race. They just ran a better race at that day. And we're a team that traditionally improves a lot throughout the year. And so going into regionals, we're just very optimistic because we've been getting better every single race.
Another success story, in last week's volleyball game against Dixie State, senior Melissa Brown became the program's new career kills and points leader. The Knights will take on California Baptist today at 7 p.m. in the Van Dyne Gym. Academy of Arts men's soccer had its final home game of the season on Tuesday, competing against the Sharks of Hawaii Pacific. The game was the last at home for 4 Urban Knights: Jake Walter, Justin Aramsay, Mathaio Huma, and Ricardo Mendoza. However, their last game as a Knight will be this Saturday at the Eagles Field against Concordia at 11 a.m. That's all we have for sports now. See you all next time.
Thanks, Beatrice. In other sports news, a penalty for hugging. Earl Thomas got a touchdown at the Superdome on Sunday. He was excited, so he held the football up in the fans and hugged the side judge Alex Kim. But Kim thought Thomas was displaying unsportsmanlike conduct and gave him 15 yards. The penalty was enforced on a kickoff. The fans felt very upset because the official canceled the celebration on the field. The A's and Smash Mouth fight on Twitter. During the World Series, Coco Crisp got an RBI in Game 3. According to John Shea, who is a reporter in San Francisco, the A's lost Coco Crisp because they pay the lowest salary in the MLB. The band Smash Mouth tweeted that the A's are joke good for CC. The A's and the band engaged in a bit of Twitter war. Finally, the A's deleted their tweets and apologized to Smash Mouth. And the A's are offering the band free game tickets anytime it's in the East Bay.
There is a popular Chinese TV series called The Curious Journey of Chenner. This network series had 290 million viewers from October 10th until now. Na Li joins us with the producers of the series.
Today I'm with Xiang Yunxiao. He's the producer of a very popular TV series. in China called The Jury's Journey of Chen Yi. That has 290 millions. That has a lot of reviews. Welcome to Overnight Update. So tell us about The Jury's Journey of Chen Yi.
It is a story about how a Chinese loser he went to city and become a rich man, and from countryside, and he has not a well education, but because he working hard, and as working he's studying hard to be how to get a success.
Okay, with so many views, why do you think that is so popular?
With so many views, it is kind of a surprise for me. I love that story because it is kind of say don't think you will be a lucky person, and you should stay positive and never give up.
When you realize that your rating were so high, what thoughts were running through your mind?
Thought my mind is like, yeah, I finished this homework and I can come back to Academy of Art studying studying. Yeah, I can come back.
Is it hard to get started or keep going? When you do this network series, what is big challenge for you?
The big challenge is money.
Money? Why?
Yeah, we don't have enough money for this whole season. But we made some when we at the middle time. We get some commercial. We just shooting a little movie for the games or drinks. We get money, and that's the big challenge.
Oh, so how do you keep relationship with team strong?
I have a big stronger team because I am the only student go back for that TV show. So our team, they are very professional.
They have experience.
Yeah,
right?
they have experience already.
So it's hard to get started or keep going. And do you have some advice for the people who want to be a producer?
Watch a lot what you should do, and has your plan, and sleeping well.
Thank you for joining us. Back to you.
Thanks, Na, for that interview. Now for more entertainment, let's join Anastasia Hansen, who has a look at upcoming events and news films.
Hi, welcome to this week's latest in entertainment. A lot of movies opening this week with some big names. The first movie is Timeless, The Alamo. The team encounters courage in the face of unbeatable odds at one of history's most inspiring battles. One member is fired from the team and returns to a pivotal event in the war over Texas in the Battle of Alamo. The team finds itself stranded inside the famous fort surrounded by Mexican soldiers, with the thought that their fate is to die with no hope of rescue. That's not one you're going to want to miss. Also releasing on DVD November 1st is Bad Moms, a hilarious and heartfelt comedy about the average mother's breaking loose to the wild side, from the writers of motion pictures film The Hangover.
You know what's just really amazing though is the fact that your kids are actually nice people. No, I'm serious. And anyone could force their kids to play cello or speak Chinese or go to a fancy college or something like that. But what's really hard is raising kids who are actually decent and kind. And somehow you've done that.
Also coming out this Wednesday is the new episode of Law & Order, starring Mariska Hargitay. The episode consists of a CEO of a record company and his protege that are questioned for their involvement in an assault of a transgender student. In this new episode features guest star Wycliffe Jean, also guest starring Mitchell Edwards. The latest episode airs November 2nd of this month. As we approach the holidays, Hollywood will be releasing some new family films such as Almost Christmas, a new comedy from a writer and director David E. Talbert and producer Will Packer, a festive story of a beloved patriarch who asks his family for only one gift this Christmas, simply to get along. This movie releases November 11th of this year.
Hey, Walter, is the family coming for Christmas?
Every single one of them. Who is this white man?
I
I figured y'all be hungry from traveling, so I put a little something together for y'all. Milk tea with tapioca balls. Don't put balls in your mouth, baby. Who wants pizza? Right here. You ungrateful bastard.
San Francisco Ski and Snowboard Festival is one of the biggest of its kind here on the West Coast, with over $1 million in gear from top brands. This year admission is free, but if you choose to purchase a powder pass or a VIP ticket, you will receive free lift tickets for that entire day, plus free beer and wine tasting. This year, on November 6, 2016, Patreo Dog Day afternoon will be held from 11 to 3 p.m. Come meet great dogs and cats for adoption and learn how you and your community can get involved with fostering and volunteering, learning about better and healthier ways to care for your pets. Small local companies will be spread throughout the festivals, which will be including training, food, daycare, treats, and more. There will also be a costume contest for pets as well. Thank you for watching this segment of entertainment. See you again next time, and happy Halloween.
Thanks, Ann. We've all heard of the American Idol talent contest. Well, here at Academy of Art University, we have our own version, which we call Academy Idol. Our own Lucius Lee takes us behind the scenes.
Let me hear you say, make it feel good, make it feel good. All right.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm up home.
Give some negative comments because we are too nice. All we say is nice things and more nice things, and sometimes we need to say mean things to make people better.
Academy Idol is a singing competition similar to American Idol and gives students a real-world experience.
It's a show produced by students, hosts are students, and the judges are students, and all the production team, cameras, audio, talent wranglers, audience wranglers, all students. This is a student-produced show.
This show wouldn't be possible without the people behind the scenes.
People have all different kind of jobs, from hosts to being judges to operating cameras to controlling the show to calling the show. And there's people that also like get the talent to come in and they bring audience in, and then there's people that edit the show as well. And those are all just some of the jobs that we do here for Academy Idol.
Alexa Peters describes why she likes being a technical director.
I became a technical director by being involved at a super young age. I wasn't quite sure if live production was something I wanted to go into, but being a part of this is pretty much controlling everything else that's going around. As much as the director calls the shots, the technical director is the final person that presses the button and gets this whole show rolling. So it's something super cool to be a part of.
In San Francisco, I'm Lucius Lee for Academy of Art University's Urban Nights Update.
Looks like a lot of fun. Well, that wraps up this edition of Urban Nights Update. I'm Vanessa Salas.
And I'm Preference Dominic. For everyone here, thanks for joining us. See you back next time, and don't forget to vote.